Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the Chumash Casino Resort here in beautiful Santa Ynez, California. Well, fans, we do have a big night of action in store for you at Showbox, the new generation, and it's all brought to you by Gary Shaw Productions in association with the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians, the undisputed King of Beers, Budweiser, and Showtime. Tonight's action, ladies and gentlemen, is sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Sanford Michelman, executive director Rob Lynch. Introducing to you our three judges. Scoring this bout from ringside, we have Abe Bellardo, Chuck Hassett, and Jack Reese. Introducing our third man to the ring, the referee in charge of this bout, Ray Corona. All right, fans, here we go with a middleweight special attraction scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, he is wearing black trunks with gold trim. He weighed in at 159 pounds, and his record includes 11 wins, 1 loss, with 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Dominica in the West Indies, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Quiet Storm, Dorian Beaupierre. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner in this 10-round attraction, wearing black trunks with silver trim and weighing in at the middleweight limit of 160 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with 15 wins, no losses, 8 wins coming by way of knockout from West Palm Beach, Florida. Please welcome the undefeated Daniel, the Haitian sensation, Edouard. Once again, Ray Corona, referee in charge, now to give instructions.
Hey, I gave you guys the instructions. Listen to my commands. This is good right here. Touches black, that's too low. Good right here. Touches black, it's too low, all right? Touch gloves. God bless.
Get them underway. And Steve, my only question, why do they both have to wear black? It's Edouard black and white, or black and silver, in the gold and black Dorian Beaupierre. Wow, what a jab. He seemed to drive. Daniel Edouard back. Edouard, the game plan, hop all over Beaupierre, get him to fight off his back leg. And that's what he's trying now, but he's eating some punches on the way in.
Well, as we saw when Edouard fought Espino on Showbox, Edouard can be hit. He can also hit. He's a strong guy, physically strong. He needs to get inside, no doubt about it.
Watching Beaupierre on tape, limited action that we saw, I fought a left-hander. He looks a lot stronger, Steve, than I imagined. His jab is really stiff.
Beaupierre said if Edouard comes to him, that's what he wants, and it'll be an easier fight. That's what he's getting, and right now he's doing the right thing. He's hitting Edouard while Edouard's on his way in.
Beautiful, crisp combination from Beaupierre, but that jab is burning. Daniel Edouard on the way in, as you mentioned. Edouard sky high for the fight. He's in the black and white. But Beaupierre fighting in control and controlling this first round. Halfway through the opening round, scheduled for 10. These are middleweights. And Steve, big difference here in terms of ring experience and rounds, huh?
Yes, 60 rounds. Whoa, big left hook by Edouard, but 60 rounds.
Biggest punch of the fight, another left hook. Drives Beaupierre back. And Beaupierre wisely ties up Edouard. And now it's Beaupierre off his back leg again, which is where Daniel Edouard wants him. The right hand over the top. Seemed to stagger Beaupierre again as he tries to set up that offense. And here comes Edouard winging heavy-duty shots as he tries to break clean. Ray Corona, the referee, breaks them there. Inside 45 seconds.
Beaupierre's legs don't look great right now. One of those right hands really turned his legs into jelly.
And the hooks also, and this is something we really haven't seen from Edouard. His previous fight, that hook. doubling the jab there. Big punches, and Beaupierre once again is rocked back.
Edouard is reaching, and his punches are very wide. There is an opportunity for Beaupierre to step in with a counter, but if he's moving backward, he's not going to be able to get anything on that punch.
He's been hit by some stun guns, it seems, here. And one criticism we had, or at least the observation of Edouard, is that he doesn't have a hellacious punch, but he has driven Dorian Beaupierre back in the second half of this round, a round that was controlled by Beaupierre the first minute and a half. And a good one, tough one to score, Steve.
Indeed was. I gave it to Edouard.
It's behind it, but you got to bring something behind it, like the right hand and left hook. Close your gap. There's too much distance between you and him. You got to get up a little quicker. You're moving. In the meantime, you're only throwing one punch, one jab. Well, he's counting you.
All right.
Jab, right hand, left hook. Close that gap so you can get off in combination. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Come on. Got to be a little more active.
In the first round, Beaupierre got off to a great start. And Edouard, look how wide those shots are, but when he followed through with the right hand, then he always reaches with the right hand. When he followed through with it, who looks at the same punch? Right on the butt. Beaupierre's hands were low, and if he's not moving his feet or his head, you got to keep your hands up.
And Steve, if he's not punching, which is basically what Johnny Purcell, a former fighter himself, the trainer of Beaupierre, said, you got to be quicker on the draw here. He got out-punched there down the stretch of round one at a very hot pace. Now here comes Beaupierre putting punches together, leading with the overhand right. Beaupierre in the gold stripes, and in the silver stripe is Daniel Edouard, unbeaten. Beaupierre with just a single loss. But he's on a hot streak.
I'll tell you what, Nick, sometimes you have to be careful what you wish for, because Beaupierre is finding Edouard very easy to hit. As a result, he may get himself into a slugging match prematurely, and I don't think that's a fight he can win.
Why is that, Steve? Questionable power. He gets driven back again with a right.
Well, I think Edouard's the stronger fighter, but also Beaupierre has a knockout loss on his record in one round to Raheem Brown, who's a top prospect. And Edouard, of course, undefeated. As you know, once you get knocked out once, you're more likely to get knocked out again than not.
I'll give Beaupierre this. He's not letting Edouard beat him to the draw every time. He's jabbing at least with him, sometimes trying to be first. Warned about trying to wring Edouard's neck. There's Edouard with the double jab, trying to chase down Dorian Beaupierre.
This is a big ring there. It's about, what, 21, 22? You measured it, right? That's to Beaupierre's advantage. If he uses it, right now he's not using it.
You think Beaupierre's, I'm not saying coming around as they trade there, and that left hook landed from Edouard. Beaupierre taking some flush shots. Well, which brings up the question, how much wallop does Edouard have in single shot power? Maybe not much, but this accumulation of blows.
You're right. You have to ask the question, and I know this is a gross generalization, but fighters with the body type of Edouard, kind of heavily muscled, generally are not, Ernie Shavers to the exception, generally are not great punchers.
Good point. Edouard, dangerous as his chin was just hung out to dry there as he missed with that windmill left hook. But Beaupierre not there to capitalize. And he perhaps should try to catch the unrushing Edouard. Just take that little half step back, Steve, and pop him with a counter punch.
Well, he was doing that well in the first round.
Edouard winging those shots, looking wild.
Break, take a step back.
Beaupierre is on the right.
I'll tell you, Beaupierre really drops his gloves when he punches, and sometimes even when he's not punching. That's going to cost him in this fight.
10 seconds, gentlemen. Break. Take a step back.
Steve.
Stop.
We talked to both guys about game plan.
Early rounds, I'm just going to pump my jab on him. Pump my jab on him, make him miss. Every time he misses with those long arms, I'm going to come in there and I'm going to dig inside. I'm going to dig inside, dig inside, dig inside, make it hard for him to breathe. So every time he tries to move, he's going to feel my wrath. He's going to feel the prowess of me just being on top of him.
He comes to the body, you know, I'm not going to be around for him to just come in. There's going to be a lot of movement, you know. Basically, I plan on boxing him, doing a lot of boxing, a lot of lateral movement. But if there's a time where he comes in, you know, we're going to be fighting. And whether we box or fight, I'm going to get the best of it. So, you know, I'm not worried about anything that he got bring to the table.
You got a left hand and a right hand. All right. And you got hooks behind that. Come on. Let's do this, baby. Come on. Let's get busy.
Johnny Purcell saying, let your hands fly, Steve.
Let them hands go, kid. Come on.
Let's go. Good fight, gentlemen. Keep it clean.
Yeah, we got a pretty chatty referee. Told them 10 seconds left, which is very different. I haven't heard that in a while in the round, and now tell them they had a good fight. Maybe he should be third man in the booth.
Yeah, maybe he wants that job.
The referee editorializing. He's Ray Corona. He hasn't had to break him much. A lot of action here. These are middleweights and 2 heated rounds so far. Dorian Beaupierre with the gold stripe, and the silver and black is Daniel Edouard, undefeated.
Great, take a step back.
Really been two very exciting rounds, and no body punching virtually, because both guys are going for the head and landing to the head.
Beaupierre off balance there as he catches Edouard to stay upright.
Doesn't seem to be anything wrong with Edouard's right hand. We should mention 3 fights in a row he's had problems with his right hand, and we'll watch for that for the whole fight, because he's injured in 3 straight fights, and it probably needs more time off, which he's not giving it.
Good point, Steve. Steve, I agree with you. Hands low a lot of times on Beaupierre. He seems open.
Great, take a step back, gentlemen. Let's go.
And Beaupierre wants no part of Edouard on the inside. This round and last, he's been clinching, letting the ref separate them. There he does it again.
He's got to be boxing more. Maybe he's taking a little breather. Those 2 heated rounds took something out of him. He's taking a lot of shots already. Work great from both guys, from middleweights, brisk.
They just kicked down the advertisement that's on the ring. You see the promoter Gary Shaw putting it back up. I hate those advertisements. Nothing against the Chumash Casino, but somebody's going to break their ankle one of these days, and it's going to happen in a big fight, and everybody's going to scream that they were ripped off. It's a terrible idea and a dangerous idea.
Beaupierre trying to get off first, and it was Edouard counter-punching well there.
Come on, don't hold. Work. There you go.
Lead right to the body by Beaupierre, and he's driven back again by Edouard.
Great, take a step back.
Beaupierre has to either get in and hold or get out. It's the middle distance that's dangerous for him.
Steve,
that's when he's getting hit.
And Beaupierre showed me such a strong jab the first minute and a half of this fight. He should use it first and be first, in my opinion. Heavy-duty shots, but mostly catching air from Daniel Edouard. Beaupierre with some defense ducks under those shots.
Come on, work.
He does need room to operate. He doesn't want to be on the inside.
No, he doesn't.
And those shots.
And the shame of it is Beaupierre's best punch is probably his right uppercut, but if he's going to be tentative on the inside, he won't get a chance to use it.
10 seconds, gentlemen. Stop at the bell.
Quickly after 3, Steve, how do you have it?
Well, that was a lot better rounds for Beaupierre. I have it 29-27, 29-28 for Edouard.
You have
I ain't throwing much fucking combination.
Why? Listen, you're gonna have to, Dorian. Listen. In this business, you gotta take chances. You can't stay out there and win this fight.
I ain't gonna tell you no more.
You cannot stay outside and win long jab. You're not gonna win this fight like this. You got to gamble a little bit, kid. You got to put 2 hands together. This is the name of the game. You hit it with a jab, but you don't touch it with nothing else. And the body, you don't even go downstairs. Let's do this. Do you want this or what? This is it. So what's wrong with both hands, kid? Why one hand? Does it bother you?
No.
Then why can't you use it, my brother? You got to use it. Short and sweet. Get a little closer. Cut down your distance and work, baby. Come on.
Get down, Ringo.
More than a pep talk, Steve.
Wow. Johnny Purcell was a top 5 light heavyweight out of New York.
Time.
That was some speech.
That's
Gotta get down.
explicit as they come.
Time in.
And the right advice. Got to go for it a little bit. That's what prospects are all about.
You know what, though? His mindset is to be tentative. Going for it is not the answer. I'm not saying not going for it is going to get him a win. It won't. But going for it, if he's going to be tentative, doubt.
Steve, if he's tentative, why? Are these punches obviously doing damage? Because being tentative, he's not going to win rounds, and not winning rounds, he's not going to win a decision. How can you go in survival mode in the fourth heat?
Something happened in that second round, Nick, that turned Beaupierre's mind around, and all of a sudden he went into defensive mode. And even though he's landing shots when he throws them, he's moving backward a lot more now.
Getting caught there by the uppercut from Edouard, a punch we haven't seen him throw. And it's Beaupierre getting beaten to the punch again. He's in the gold, black and gold.
Work, gentlemen.
Daniel Edouard, native of Haiti, lives in West Palm, fought in Haiti. Really a tumultuous time just this past December.
Amazing that he was there, huh?
Now he's in California, swapping shots. Dorian Beaupierre. Edouard wants to stay unbeaten and wants to dazzle here on television.
Work.
In his first showbox appearance, he went the distance against Miguel Espino. The fight turned into a war at times. This one, again, very spirited pace for middleweights.
It is, and Beaupierre is landing his share of shots. I don't see major improvement in Edouard's defense, but he's just not as heavy-handed as Edouard. Edouard's a thicker, stronger guy, and I see a difference in their punching power.
So how does Dorian Beaupierre keep Edouard off him? Not only keep off him, but score points.
Well, he's just got to use his legs and walk him onto punches and then pivot and get out fast. He did it in the first round beautifully. Edouard's coming forward. Land a 1-2, not just the jab, as Johnny Persol says, and then, in essence, get out of town.
He did. Beaupierre with a glance at Johnny Persol, and then he hit Edouard as solid as you can hit somebody with a right hand, right down the pipe. And Edouard is taking flush shots from Dorian Beaupierre and didn't even seem to wince.
Let's see if Beaupierre's confidence rises now. Edouard says he loves to be macho and prove to the other guy that the other guy can't hurt him. Not a very good idea. But here he is coming forward after taking the two biggest shots of Beaupierre's fight so far.
You just got to wonder how that didn't hurt.
Hurt me.
Work. Stop.
And now it's Beaupierre thumping his chest. And a sign of, I've won this battle anyway, but not the war.
Your right hand is not bothering you. You better start the forward. All right? You got to get rid of it quicker. You understand? You got to get easy. You got to get rid of it quicker. And you got to move your hands first. I want you down to the body and up to the head. Right hand to the body, left hook to the head, or dip over left hand, right hook. You get close, just keep punching. Come on now, man.
Well, there's been plenty of offense in this fight. This is action from round 4. And that right hand was right on the button by Edouard. But you see him reaching. He's always reaching. And where are his hands after he punches? He looks like he's ready to tie his shoes. And that's why Beaupierre, really with a delayed counter punch. And look at him. Does he put his gloves up, Edouard? No. Hit me again, he says.
Biggest criticism of Edouard, again, he gets caught in what I call no man's land there, doing nothing, and he's just a target. Pete Brodsky, his trainer, indicating, Steve, certainly implying that the right hand could be a problem because he's not using it. And you mentioned it's been a problem for Daniel Edouard his last 3 fights. Crunching left to the body by Beaupierre, something we haven't seen. He's forced to back up and fight off his back leg, but he did it well there. Beaupierre comes out with some renewed vigor, and Steve, I think you're right. He is cautious, but certainly more confident based on that 4th round performance.
Well, he should be. That was a very good 4th round, and
he's getting off first here with a crisp jab.
You watch him, though. His hands are still low after he punches. He doesn't bring them back up.
Ducking under a possible counter attempt from Daniel Edouard. Beaupierre will he get off first here. He feints, tries the jab, and here comes Edouard moving forward. Pushed back by Beaupierre now.
One thing Beaupierre's movement does is it pretty much eliminates Edouard's body attack.
Let's see if Edouard's throwing that right hand. He's not. And he got caught with a left hook to the jaw.
Left uppercut becoming a big punch. He's walking Edouard onto those punches.
And I don't see Edouard's right coming into play here. A one-handed fighter. And now it's Edouard coming on. But Beaupierre winning this round and pulling himself definitely back into the fight. And perhaps ahead if he could keep it up inside a minute to go in the fifth. Scheduled for 10. Dorian Beaupierre in black and gold. And in the silver and black is Daniel Edouard, short chopping little left hook by Edouard.
Beaupierre's got to be careful. He's getting too happy with that left uppercut. If he throws it from the outside, it can be potential disaster. Just ask Buster Douglas, right?
And now he's moving out of danger nicely, at least jabbing and getting out before Edouard can counter. Edouard tries the meek overhand right.
Work, baby, work.
But it still seems to be troubling him, that right hand. Simply because he's not using it with any kind of effectiveness and throwing it with regularity.
Nothing on these shots by Edouard. Nothing at all.
Halfway through, Steve Farhood, how do you have it?
48-47 for Beaupierre.
As he may have inched ahead.
That was a little bit better, but the idea, you can't win the fight with one punch.
Relax. Okay.
Hey, another glove.
Yes, sir. Which one? Okay. Good. Good.
Good time.
Okay. Okay. Take the glove. Very good. Break. You gotta get another glove. That's good. Here. Relax. Break.
Take it off.
I got it. Relax.
Action from round 5. I told you earlier, Beaupierre loves the right uppercut. Well, it's been the left uppercut. It's been successful. Edouard, no head movement whatsoever. And you can't throw the punch from too far out, Dorian, because you can get countered so easily. Obviously, the uppercut, when it's extended and it hasn't landed, boy, you are wide open.
You gotta let your right hand go quicker, Dan.
What happens?
All right? You're losing focus. You're losing concentration. Okay. All right? You gotta mentally pick yourself up now, son. All right?
Yes, sir.
This is a mental thing.
You got some time.
All right?
Yes, sir.
I don't want you just reaching in, throwing a double jab, and leaving your hand in. If you're gonna throw the double jab, drop the right hand to the body. Or if you're gonna throw that one jab, cross with that right hand.
All right, as we look at Dorian Beaupierre, and they're cutting his glove off, there's a problem
Yeah, I
with
don't
the
want to
glove.
cut this. What you call it?
Let me try that.
Perhaps with his thumb here. We're going to find out shortly as they're cutting this glove off in the middle of the fight.
Man, that tape is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Beaupierre signaling to us now.
Yes, sir. Right here. Hi, baby. Relax. Pay attention over here.
Take them both out, gentlemen.
Both of them?
Yes.
Okay, both
Take
of them.
that one. Give it to me.
Yeah, baby.
What are you on?
So he is losing some padding in that glove, and they want new ones. And here comes some blue emergency gloves. Haven't seen this in a while, Steve.
Sonny Liston, Cassius Clay.
And Pete Brodsky in the other corner using this time to
Hold that.
psych his fighter up and tell him to pull back mentally into this fight. He has lost focus.
This is the longest speech ever here in between rounds. I said Sonny Liston, Cassius Clay. I meant Cassius Clay against Henry Cooper in England with the glove.
Give me that, please.
In every situation, don't let him finish. You finish with the shot. Okay?
A couple times, right? Got him hurt a couple times, right?
Yeah, but you're throwing one punch, though. Relax. But you need two hands, though. Then you need a little bit. Get your balance together so you can throw right hands.
I feel like if I do it all at once, I'm losing energy. So it's like I'm controlling with the jab. I know I shouldn't be clean. I know how I'm feeling it.
So what basically happened, that thumb ripped away from the glove, so it could have become a potential lethal weapon.
Once in a while, that's when I see it happening.
You're giving away rounds, though.
Who's got the tape? Let's get the taped up.
Commissioner here. Hey.
Nick, I don't recall the last time I saw two gloves in the middle of a fight. Change.
Bend your knees so you can use both hands, though. Balance yourself a little better, okay? I need 2 hands now.
Not a great advertisement for Everlasting.
I don't need them later. I don't need them
But
later.
a good
I need them
advertisement
now,
for the
kid.
California Commission
I need both hands
because
now.
they had another pair of jumps ready to go.
Exactly, jumped right on it.
Listen, we are down, kid.
Who is this to the
We are down
advantage
in this
of?
fight. You got to win the rest of this round. Come on.
Wow, that's great. I was going to say, I think it's sort of a neutral factor. I don't think Edouard's exhausted. I think mentally he can use this time to refocus.
Don't push it
But at the same time, I like what Johnny Purcell told Dorian Beaupierre. We're down in this fight. You have him up, and I think he's pulled ahead myself.
Them short shots inside. All right? Come on now, Danny. Let's go.
Daniel Edouard came out, not with braggadocio, but loaded just sky high over the top. And he seems very subdued in his
You got
corner
to fight
right
with
now.
both hands, my brother.
Things
both
aren't
hands I
working well, and
need.
this is what prospects are all about. Can they make adjustments?
You're right. The confidence level. He's never been in a fight this tough where maybe the
Still on rest.
momentum was going the other way, and he is a little subdued. And let's see if he could turn it around, because certainly Beaupierre turned it around. I'd say, what, this is about a 4-minute break?
Oh, at least.
5.
4, you hit it on the head.
Okay.
Very good.
What do I win? Parting gift?
You win that torn glove.
Okay.
Could be a souvenir someday if Beaupierre goes on to bigger, better things.
Let's go, gentlemen.
Nearly 5-minute break here. Round number 6 underway. Halfway through this scheduled 10-rounder. Dorian Beaupierre with the jab, fighting off his back leg, keeping his distance. And let's watch Daniel Edouard and see if he can unload that right hand. He hasn't thrown it with conviction, and man, he is babying it, in my opinion now, Steve.
And let's see which fighter makes the adjustments, because that was a long enough delay where they really could reevaluate their performances.
Work out of there, gentlemen. Your hands are free.
These guys
break. Take a step back. There you go.
have not been long in fights. We're in round 6 now. You can see Beaupierre's been this distance only twice. Neither guy with any knockouts at this distance. So there's a pretty good chance we're going 10 rounds. But a long delay, and 4 minutes in boxing terms is a long delay. Very interesting to see how it changes the fight. On a 3 levels above this, of course, was Holyfield and Bowe with Fan Man. And that was about a 25 minute delay. That turned the fight. There was no doubt about it, because Holyfield took charge after that and eventually won the fight.
The mindset of Dorian Beaupierre right now is to pick his shots, stand back, and not really get into a slugfest with Edouard, who is just following him around the ring and seemingly walking into shots like that overhand right.
Tell you what, Beaupierre's fighting smart now. He's moving, and when he punches, as he did in the first round, he's stepping to the side after he punches. The one thing he's not doing smart,
No.
he's still keeping his gloves way down after he punches. Look where his gloves are.
This fight's taken a lot of twists and turns. First round went both ways. Beaupierre started razor sharp and strong, and then it was Edouard coming on big to probably win that round. Beaupierre fell behind and probably regrouped, rallied, and on your card, Steve, and mine also, took over this fight. And now, halfway through, or in the 6th round, it's a virtual standoff.
Well, I'll tell you, Beaupierre looks more tired than Edouard to me.
Let's go.
But Edouard, at times, looks more frustrated because his punches, he's really reaching and throwing wide, amateurish shots.
Beaupierre tries a left uppercut. Tries to go over the top. It's Edouard smothering him. Just nothing on Daniel Edouard's punches. Nothing. He tries to crack to the ribs. Did find an opening there. Beaupierre on the ropes. See who can steal this round in the final seconds.
Well, at least a couple of left hooks to the body by Edouard. We saw a lot of that against Espino, but not tonight.
And now he got out down the stretch there. Another tough round to call.
Listen, you're only fighting in spurts now.
Relax now. Pay attention. Pay attention.
You're laughing, you're smiling. This is the most important fight of your life.
I know, Johnny.
You got to win this thing, man. Come on. You got to put both hands together.
Doing too good to get a point today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Relax. Listen, when you get inside, don't look at the hole. You got to work inside. Punch around the body. Push around the kidneys.
Action from round 7. That left uppercut again by Beaupierre. I think it was enough. And see, that's what I mean by walking his man onto his shots. Edouard's coming forward. And this is the one mistake Beaupierre made in round 6 because he got himself pinned against the ropes and got a couple of left hooks to the body. But he still was pretty happy with his work there and smiling and laughing on his way back to the corner, much to the dismay of trainer Johnny Purcell.
I like what Purcell's doing, Steve. None of this false confidence. Just keep doing what you're doing. Constantly searching, asking Dorian Beaupierre to dig deeper and improve round to round. Get even more into this fight and begin to dominate. Because nobody has dominated this by any means. And now it's Beaupierre with a stinging jab as he opens the 7th heat here. Daniel Edouard's right hand, Steve, to me, it's apparently not the weapon it was many moons ago. The reason is it's probably not healed, as you indicated.
Well, it's underused, as you say. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's not throwing it much. There's a right hand by Daniel Edouard. First one he scored with in about 2 rounds.
He's got Beaupierre's attention now. Both guys taking a bit of a breather here in the 7th.
No.
Steve, you see any kind of signs of fatigue from either guy?
Last round, I thought Beaupierre looked a little tired. But right now, he's got a second win, no doubt about it. He looks pretty good.
Good move there. Got that right hand in and got out. Right hand over the top behind that jab. Beaupierre assuming command again, little by little in this round. Beaupierre digs that left hook, it shoots through. Edouard without much offense here as he begins to eat more punches as they flurry. Beaupierre content to trade. Now he holds on a little bit.
Take a step back, Tony.
A lot of time left in round 7. And Dorian Beaupierre's mouth is a little open now. Could be slightly gassed.
Well, he got the better of that exchange by far. He's really in complete command right now. He's fighting when he wants to fight, keeping his distance when he wants to keep it, as he's doing right now. And Nick, how many fighter meetings have we been in where the fighter has said, I'm going to jab, I'm going to establish a jab? Edouard said that. Is he doing it? No. And that's his good hand.
Exactly. As a result, he's walking into punches, and I don't see the defense. It's just, it's not there. We talk about shoulder rolls and
10 seconds,
more
gentlemen. Stop
movement,
at the bell.
and a smooth transition from a defensive posture into the attack, and I haven't seen it from Daniel Edouard.
Stop!
Probably lost that round too, Steve?
Yeah, I gave it to Beaupierre. Got him ahead 3 points.
You all right? Listen, let me tell you something. You gotta pick up this pace, man. All right? You gotta pick up this pace. You're fighting at too slow a pace, okay? You're not putting your punches together, and you're not reacting. All right? You gotta take the lead, and you gotta keep moving your hands. Come on, Danny. You're a much better fighter than you're showing. All right? I can't sit here and tell you.
This was midway through round 7. Edouard wobbled after that shot. His back is to us as you see this replay, and I wasn't sure if he was hurt at the time. Might have been an elbow. Hard to say, but he certainly lost his balance. You see, he dipped there. He almost went down. That might have been a big moment for Beaupierre. Well, I'll tell you, elbow or punch, it doesn't matter. He did enough to win that round with that flurry.
Well, referee Ray Coronas warned Dorian Beaupierre repeatedly about use of his elbows. Hadn't taken a point away or even given him more of a warning, but just in the corners to watch it between rounds. Steve, I like Beaupierre's smart aggression here. He just has not let Edouard get into the flow here. I don't know if Daniel Edouard's his own worst enemy or if Beaupierre is just making the necessary adjustments and taking this guy out of sync.
Well, there's been very little diversity from Edouard's attack. He's really doing the same thing, walking to his man, not jabbing his way in.
Wait, let's step back.
And when he throws his hook in his right, he usually overextends and reaches.
Gotta know he's behind on the cards, which tells me he's got to increase the pressure as this fight gets dangerously deep. This is crunch time for Daniel Edouard. Yet it's anybody's fight for the taking. Beaupierre doesn't have to do anything different, does he, Steve? Differently?
Not at all.
His hands look thick, Beaupierre. And now he's got Edouard on the ropes. Boy, Edouard looks a little gassed.
Yeah, his balance looks pretty bad.
There's the crunching uppercut from Beaupierre. Smiles to his corner. We approach the midway mark of round 8. Middleweight action here at Santa Ynez, California.
Both your hands are free, gentlemen.
Pete Brodsky urged Daniel Edouard to pick up the pace. He just got clocked there with a leaping left hook from Dorian Beaupierre.
Well, you look at the body language, it tells you so much about a fighter. Beaupierre's body language, how drastically different it is than it was in the first couple of rounds. His movements are just more defined.
He's got confidence, Steve.
Yeah, you can see it in his eyes. What a difference.
So it's Beaupierre outspeeding and outpunching Daniel Edouard. Frustration all over the face as Edouard walks into a left hand. So Beaupierre is getting smarter as the rounds move on. He just keeps stepping back and countering beautifully and just catching Edouard leaning. Just nail him when he's reaching.
Beaupierre just snuck a peek onto the Jumbotron screen in the corner. He better keep his focus.
You could admire the tape after. There's still 2 rounds to go.
Hands are free, gentlemen. Work.
You said earlier, Steve, this has the marks of a distance fight, and I would still have to agree with you. Simply because of lack of stinging power as they blast away at each other here.
Again, Beaupierre got the better of it, Nick.
Not, I wouldn't say, heavy-duty numbing shots by any means, but enough to win that round. And that exchange.
Okay, relax. How we go? All right, 2 rounds to go. Yeah, he's good. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
all right, listen. You can't do too late with the right hand. Why don't you just drop 1, 2? I don't care if you miss. Throw it. Throw it. 1, 2. Don't look to place it. Let it go. Jab, right hand right behind. You stop him dead in his crack with the jab. Now he's stunned. Bang. Right hand, left foot right behind him. That's all we need. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. All right? Keep doing it.
End of round 8. Boom, the heads come together, and Beaupierre grimaced. That's the hardest. Beaupierre's been hit. Unfortunately, it didn't come from a fist. It came from a head.
Let's keep up this. Way up,
They're
guys.
both a little reckless.
Hey, let's
and here's
this
a
up.
big exchange at the end of the round.
Go.
Won
Let's go,
by
box.
Beaupierre.
Ninth round,
The round
gentlemen.
was
Good
won
fight.
by Beaupierre, and
Keep
I
it
have the
clean.
head fairly comfortably at this point.
Interesting to see when a prospect comes to fight and looked good early and then saw the tide turn against him, but kept his composure and made the adjustments. And that's Dorian Beaupierre, superior in every way. Daniel Edouard in need of a drastic
Take a step
change
back,
of
gentlemen.
game
There you
plan.
go. Watch your
He
guys'
is
hands.
running
Both
out of
of
rounds. And in danger, deep danger, of having the first L hung on his record as a professional. Steve, you got to go for it. Come forward. I also like it. Johnny Purcell told Dorian Beaupierre early, "You got to gamble, son," and that's what Edouard has to do, big time.
Well, I tell you, Beaupierre's not doing his cause any good by running like he is. He doesn't have to run. He's doing fine fighting him.
Come on, hands are free. There you go.
Edouard, the black and white, thought he could drive Dorian Beaupierre back. Instead, every time he comes in, he seems to swallow punches.
Nick, you remember those old Spike Lee TV commercials about it must be the shoes? Well, with Beaupierre, hey, maybe it must be the gloves, because ever since he switched, he's been doing great.
Don't turn your back. Don't turn your back. Come on.
Edouard not putting punches together. That little baby right hand with nothing on it.
Wait. Step back.
Boy, is Edouard's fight right now the very definition of ineffective aggressiveness.
Go head up.
Another butt.
Come on, work. Let's go.
Gotta let the hands go. Even if one could be damaged.
This round is there to be won for Edouard, I'll tell you, because Beaupierre ran the first minute and a half.
No pop on his punches, though, Steve. Just arm shots there.
Hands are free, gentlemen. Work.
Good job by the referee letting him go.
Beaupierre can still steal this round. Why he's looking over at his corner.
I think he's looking up
the
at
audience.
the screen, yeah, to get the time left in the round.
10 seconds, gentlemen. Stop at the bell.
They will flurry their way home here at the bell.
Stop.
Which marks 1 round left.
Get your hands off the wall. Come on. Sit up. This is the most important round of your life. You hear me? All right? You can't stop punching this whole round. But you can't be stopped.
Don't worry about it.
I know.
Listen, relax. Don't worry about it. But listen, this is the game.
We're going to touch gloves.
This is
now. Come on, Danny.
Hey, this is the big dance. We got to do it now. I need this.
If you win,
I need it. I need
this round's going to determine it. You understand? You're going to find out what you're made about right now. All right? Come on. Use your skills. Use what you train to do in the gym. Finish strong.
I need them both. Come on. I need both hands. Take a deep breath. Hands up. Come on.
Dorian, 3 more minutes.
What do you do when you haven't been able to solve a guy and your unbeaten record is sinking before your eyes?
Well, against Miguel Espino, Edouard lost the last round but won the decision in a close fight. He better not lose this last round if he wants to even get a draw in my card.
He's going for it. Speaking of your card, what is it, Steve?
87-84, Beaupierre.
Beaupierre, a little hot dog in him there. But now he turns tiger. Huge shot as they swap in the middle of the ring. Beaupierre with some of his best punching in a while.
Wait, take a step back.
Beaupierre's impressed with himself. And why
He
not?
can hang with Daniel Edouard
Go, work.
and doesn't have to run. He better get his hands up.
Go, yeah.
Edouard is a desperate, desperate man. Knows he's behind, has to go.
Hold, let's go.
No excuses, Steve, but it's just apparent to me right hand is a non-factor in this fight. And
Well, he has thrown it. I mean, maybe it's hurting, but he has thrown it. Ineffectively.
which is why it's a non-factor, yes, but it could be because of the pain. It could be because he hasn't been able to land it flush. Or turn on that shot.
Edouard, this fight to me just looks like a fighter who didn't have a plan B. He really hasn't made adjustments, and Beaupierre has.
Right.
And the biggest adjustment Beaupierre made was not a physical one. It was a mental one. Psychologically, he got himself back into the fight when it looked like he was going to be badly outfought early on. And he got his confidence back.
And we could say in that near 5-minute break to change gloves that Daniel Edouard could have done the same to refocus and get his concentration back. But I just think the frustration factor was so apparent that he couldn't solve Beaupierre. The tide had turned. He still had half the fight, though, left to try to do something different. Just didn't have it in him.
Nice left hook by Edouard.
Come on, gentlemen. National TV.
Beaupierre's got to be a little careful. You got, again, A guy who's desperate, but doesn't apparently have the guns to back Beaupierre up. Beaupierre's with some arm shots here, but he's matching Edouard, who runs into the left there.
Work, gentlemen.
I never thought I'd say this, Nick, but from the middle of the round on, Beaupierre was the harder puncher.
And I don't think hellacious punching by any means, but yes, relatively speaking, you're right. There they go as they go to the finish line. Winging shots at each other, but a round that probably Beaupierre put in the bank for himself to close with enough conviction to take this handily.
Come here, relax.
Yeah, Dorian! Hell of a fight, hell of a fight.
Way to go, baby. Way to go, baby.
Wow, that was some effort. I'll tell you, Edouard, technically speaking, was not impressive, but his effort was there the whole fight. He walked to his man the whole fight.
Woo!
And that says...
That's the luckiest winner.
Yeah, that says more than we can say right there.
baby. Yeah. I'm a winner. What up, baby? I'm trying to be like Lace. That's true. Can't get it. Go back, watch the tape. Yes, sir. Woo! You got this. Dungeon, baby.
Yeah.
Get this one, Daniel.
Hard to say whether Edouard thinks he lost, but we know Beaupierre thinks he won. From the third round on in this fight, I really think Beaupierre controlled the fight. The sharper punches were his. He unveiled that left uppercut. You see it there. It was effective. Edouard, when Edouard commits to punching, his hands are low, and he can't miss him, really. Big shot, snaps Edouard's head back. Beaupierre not a big enough puncher to knock down or stun his man, but I think he did enough to win.
Hell yeah.
No, fighter. Right here. Yeah, just talking to Daniel Edouard, said it's a little sore, the right hand, but it doesn't sound like an out-and-out excuse by any means. We tried to get the attention of Pete Brodsky, who said the hand is okay, because that was a big question mark to me why he didn't try to use it more, Steve. Let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr., who will make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. Here are the score totals. Our judge at ringside, Jack Reese, scores about 97 to 93 in favor of Dorian Beaupierre. Judges at ringside, Abe Bellardo and Chuck Hassett, both scored about 95 to 95. Even a draw. The decision is a majority draw.